Hello and welcome to the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your trusted source for Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man Kurt Steele. On today's show, we recap the Lions preseason game last night versus the New York Giants. Do us a favor, like the video and share it with other Lions fans just like yourself. Before I get into anything else, man, thank you for everyone who reached out yesterday about the weather in North Carolina. I'm not in North Carolina currently. We surprised my daughter in Texas, so I'm out here battling the heat and not the rain. So thank you guys for reaching out and asking how I was doing. But hey, if you like the content, subscribe to the channel. Now it's time to bring in my co-host. First up is our resident defensive line coach and executive chef and the chief grill master. It's the Wolverine who?
Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Then it's the biggest player at the fish fry. Hide your aunties, y'all. It's Yaktown's finest. LL Cool Torrance. What's going on, my dude?
Slow down with that Chief Grill Master now.
It is Chief, man. Nothing else. Man.
Slow it down. Slow it down.
All right.
Speed it up.
So if you don't know how we get down on our channel, we look at Detroit Lions news, headlines, or take. If we disagree, we say it's balled on. If we agree, of course, we're going to say it's bossed up, man. We give you a take on why we agree or disagree. Now let's look at the topics for today's show. Like we said in the intro, man, we're gonna recap this game last night, man. Woo. All right, but first up, we're gonna tell you who's riding that choo-choo pain train, baby. Like my man Jim used to say back in the day. Who got hurt last night? Then we got who balled out and who got balled on versus the Giants last night, and our overall thoughts on the game, man. It is preseason, so you don't really need to panic. But all right, let's get into the injuries from last night, and it was quite a little list. So injuries are a reason that many teams don't play their starters in preseason games. Let's look at who's riding that pain train from the game last night. Quarterback Hendon Hooker and wide receiver Antoine Green both suffered concussions last night. Linebacker James Houston suffered a bone bruise in his knee, and cornerback Maurice Norris had a hamstring injury, along with defensive lineman Nate Lynn, who left the game with a shoulder injury. Now, these injuries do not appear to be long-term per team reports. But here is the kicker. This is bad. Both defensive linemen David Bata and offensive lineman Connor Gavra suffered significant long-term injuries last night. Bata had an Achilles injury, and Connor Galvin suffered a knee injury. And Dan Campbell said it ain't looking good. It's going to be a long-term injury for both players. Honestly, this is why starters don't play in the preseason, because you have situations like this. People say, hey, we want to play them. You want to see you guys, go out there and get warmed up for the season. Absolutely damn not. I don't want to see none of my starters out there getting season-ending injuries during a preseason games that don't even count. But I just don't like it. Hold on, guys. 1 second. The lights just went out of me. Hold on. I'm going to pause.
Wave your hand.
All right. Okay, there we go. We're back. All right, now let's look at looking at that, man. Give me your takes on. I'm gonna say I don't want to see my starters in the preseason. Give me your take on the injuries last night, my man, Coach Jones.
Man, first off, Connor Galvin, I knew it was something bad because when he didn't even get contact with no contact, he just pulled up kind of and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, that's the end of the season for him, man. So hopefully it's not, but most likely it is, man. So I feel for that, bro.
That was bad to put up like that. It was.
Oh, that was bad. Okay.
Galvin got rolled up on like
Oh yeah, that is right. That is right, yeah. Man. That's bad. Sorry, man, but I just felt for that, man. Man, and Hendon Hooker, I hope you okay, because we're gonna get into why I hope you okay. Oh, Lord Jesus, please let Hendon Hooker be okay. Don't let him miss no time. He need to get all the reps he can. Please, sweet Jesus. Oh, God. But those are my takes, man. So I'm gonna say it's a bossed up, man, because Man, as much as I used to be one of those guys who was like, man, they got to get a couple reps in. I don't want my starters nowhere near that goddamn preseason field, man, at all. Just please don't. We have joint practices all through preseason, man. Just please don't nobody play.
What you got, my man, LL?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't, because injuries happen at any given moment, man. Like it be, freak injury, somebody fall and hurt themselves in the shower and be out for the rest of the season, or I forget who it was, if somebody sneezed and like messed their back up or something, I don't, anything can happen. I know that that's a lot different, but I don't know. I don't know how to go with the preseason, man, because you might need the reps, I guess, but maybe you don't. They didn't play many of the starters, so I don't know. Maybe continue that throughout the preseason. Just make sure everybody at least make it through that part healthy. But would you? I guess it would be better for some folks to get hurt, or I don't. The option is not to get hurt at all. But if you get hurt week 1 or 2 instead of getting hurt in the preseason, I don't know. But injuries can happen, and I don't know. I don't really care about preseason anyway. But I'm glad that if I would say this, and it's never a good injury, but I'm glad if we have to take these injuries, I'm glad it's the guys that that it is, and it's not somebody a little bit higher on the depth chart and things like that. So I don't really know if it's a bossed up or a ball down. Maybe it's a ball down because I don't know. I just stay safe, man. That's really what I want you to do. Just stay safe.
Yeah, for real. I agree with you 100%, man. Like, but seeing that last night, that just for me solidified the reason why I don't want to see our starters or most the majority of our starters. You're gonna need some guys that is gonna need some. The new guys are gonna need some snaps. I
Yeah.
get it, like some of the younger guys, um, but as far as playing like most of the game, nah, man, I just don't want to see it. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want it at
Nope.
all. I don't want it at all, Russ. All right, so like the video, share the video, and comment on the video, man. I know you guys missed us the last couple of days, man. But we did a surprise for my daughter's birthday. We flew out to Texas. We haven't been out here since they've lived here. We left Texas in the 90s, so I haven't been to Texas in like 30 years. So this is the first time I've been out here in quite a while. But we got a surprise for my daughter, man. Surprised her for her birthday yesterday, man. It was a great time. So that's why we had to un because I couldn't announce that I wasn't going to be here. I was going to be traveling because she watches the show. So I couldn't do that and say like why I was going to be gone. So, but thank you guys for understanding, man. But we're out here having a good time and we're safe from the weather out there on the East Coast right now. But all right, now it's time to say who balled out and who got balled on. Sweet Christmas yesterday, man. Okay. I'm gonna let LL go first because he has some interesting take in our little group chat. So, all right, my man, what you got, my man, LL? This list is
Well,
killing me right now.
I don't. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't really know who balled out. I don't think nobody did, man. It wasn't really a good, at least in my opinion, it wasn't really that good of a game, man. Hendon Hooker really wanted to show people that he can run the ball still, I guess. Even at the, I don't want to say sacrifice, but like it was that one play kind of close to the goal line, 43. And my apologies, 43, for not knowing your name. But 43 was like super wide open. Hendon Hooker could have threw it to him. He could have cartwheeled into the end zone, but he wanted to run it, I guess. I don't know. It was. I don't know. Well, let me. No, I take that back. I'm sorry. Sorry, Lions fans. I apologize. I take that back. I do know who got balled on. Nate Sudfeld. Nate Sudfeld is the worst human being in America right now. I don't like Coach Mike said. I don't never ever want to see him on the field again for us, but for anything significant. And that's to follow up on what we all just said in that last portion. The only person that for the Detroit Lions that should play the preseason is Nate Sudfeld, because whatever happens to him can happen to him. So I take everything back, and it's Nate Sudfeld is the only one who got balled on.
Oh my God. Okay, LL. I do. He has some issue to say this for the man. All right. So my first look at last night, man. My first balled out player um for the was the starting secondary last night. They held Malik Neighbors without a catch last night. And safety Brandon Joseph had the interception that led to the Lions' only points of the game. Uh, you have some young guys in there doing their thing. So that starting secondary for me was my first balled out player. And then next was our kicking units. You're like, what? Okay. Jack Fox continued to show why he's one of the best in the business. Dude had 7 punts last night, and they all average around 50 yards, like 49.6 yards. He had 2 punts that were down inside the 20. And his longest punt was 62 yards. And the other guy was Jake Bates. The dude made his only field goal attempt easily from 53 yards. The coaching staff gave him the rest of the night off as they went forward on fourth down for the rest of the game. They just figured they seen enough. I mean, they seen what he could do. He went out there, he made his field goal, and hey, they decided to keep it moving. Let's go ahead and keep it. Try to go on fourth down for the rest of the game. And to be honest, they were all fourth and short. They just were just terrible at it last night, and that just goes to the players that were in the game. All right, my balled on player. I know everybody gonna say Nate Sudfeld, right? I'm gonna say it was the backup offensive line. They didn't look good at all either. But we know they're backups, and they're not gonna play together as a group just because they're backups. They come in stages. But that group gave up 4 sacks. 4 sacks last night. Nate Sudfeld got hit so many times. And they didn't give the running backs much of lanes to work through. We know Vaki had a couple runs, but for the most part, the running lanes were just bad last night. So my balled on player was the offensive line. What you got? I know he gonna be coming in hot, man. What you got, Coach Jones?
Oh, you kind of stole a few of my things I was gonna say, so I don't want to echo. I don't want to echo what you said, but I like Meek Robertson's pass defense when he knocked the ball away. That was good. That let you know that he with it, man. He active and he got something to prove. You can tell he out there. He got something to prove, man. Also, I was happy that Jake Bates did make his only field goal attempt for 53 yards, and it looked easy. It looked like he had some room. So I'm happy with that, man. That just that resonates with me, man. That kicking game, man, because we got to get together, man. We don't need no questions of nothing going on. We don't. Not after all the debacles of the San Francisco game, man. We don't need none of that. So I'm glad that Jake Bates was able to get it going. The linebacker Uku, he showed pretty good, man.
Yeah.
He was in there, man, on a few pressures. He was in there, kind of playing a little bit. I'm not sure if it was man or zone, but he stepped in there in coverage, man. So. Uku, he did a pretty good job, man. He definitely is definitely the best reserve linebacker so far. That's not one of the big 4. Well, I should say big 5 because you think of Reeves Maven too. So yeah, man. Uku, he stuck out to me, man. And Sion and Vaki, man, he looked good.
Yeah,
even though that offensive line was a little sketchy. Because I don't like that little ass center, man. Number 65, he looked little as hell, man. But that's another thing. Baki, he looked good, man. He looked natural. Like he looked like he can just make plays, man. And that I don't really know. I know it's on the 3rd team, so I'm not gonna say too much. But Kirk Reynolds better look out, man.
And if I can, because while you guys were. You sparked my I just want to mention my dog Big Broderick. He didn't look dominant or nothing. He had a couple nice plays. I just wanted to shout him out, and I was happy the way I was looking through because Uku, he was nice, and I wanted to see because I believe Broderick Martin had a sack, but they didn't give him credit for a sack on ESPN. So I just wanted to mention.
Yeah, he had a half sack last night.
Oh,
he had a half sack. Yeah. Go ahead, Coach.
One more thing. Coach. Nate Sudfeld is the most horrible quarterback I've ever seen play. Nate Sudfeld reminded me of all the backup quarterbacks we had during the Matt Stafford era. Nate Sudfeld is just he's terrible. I know it might be a formality that we don't want to just give Hendon Hooker the backup job. We want him to work for it. But any talent evaluator can see that Nate Sudfeld belongs on the practice squad. Or maybe even the USFL or the XFL, whatever that new league is, he needs to be on one of them squads. He don't need to be on the NFL roster.
Or an investment banker.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take AJ McCarron, over him any day. You know what I'm saying? But hey, do us a favor, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video, man. I'm joining you from a undisclosed location in Texas, but we have some good time, man. I did watch the game last night. It kind of sucked because I couldn't watch the Lions broadcast. I had to watch it on NFL Plus and had to watch the Giants broadcast, but it's all right. It's all good. They were messing people up, calling people the wrong years. Yeah. Called somebody a rookie. I'm like, dude, ain't a rookie. He called Antoine Green a rookie. I'm like, he's not a rookie, man. Dude's a second year player, man. Get out of here. All right, so all right, let's hit our final thoughts of the game, man. Just to be honest with you, the first preseason game for me went as expected. I'm just going to be honest with you, man. It wasn't nothing that was going to be anything special. It just is what it is. It's preseason. The play calling on both sides of the ball was pretty basic and vanilla. Now, here's my thing: the two rookie corners did play well for the most of the game when they were in. That first group, that first backup secondary group. Remember, I said that's one of the group I was watching when we did our previous show. When we did our preview show, I said that's one of the guys. The groups I was watching was that second and third string secondary. They played pretty good. Ennis Rakestraw was out there playing. He was balling, man. That dude, he was impressive yesterday. Hendon Hooker. Now, I will say this. He wasn't that great at passing, but guess what he did? He moved the offense down the field with his legs. He went 4 of 9 passing, but that tempo of the offense was different, and it flowed better with Hendon Hooker under center. So those are my just kind of takeaways, man. I just think that Hendon Hooker proved that he's going to be the number 2 guy in Detroit right now, unless they bring in somebody else. But the offense, to me, just flowed better when he was in the game. It was just a lot of stalling out with Nate Sudfeld. I mean, the only scoring drive that we had is because of Brandon Joseph making an interception and returning it as far back as he did, because Nate Sudfeld didn't move the needle at all yesterday. It was just terrible. But all right, what you got? What's your final thoughts, LL?
Well, that's Coach Mike on the screen, but no, much of the same, man. I thank God it's preseason. Thank God that this don't count. And this is one thing for sure that I believe, or that I like now, that I thought about, is now we can believe. Hopefully, some of y'all will start believing some of these coaches in these press conferences, because I don't think it looked anything different than what Dan Campbell had told us. I know we didn't see any starters, but he was saying, like, just a lot of stuff to clean up. It ain't horrible, blah, blah. He wasn't talking about Nate Sudfeld. But, preseason, man, hopefully they improve on in the next game.
All right, what you got, Coach Jones?
All right, man. I got 2 things, man. One, for that new field goal, I like the fact that they're closer together. I think that does limit injuries, so I'm happy about that. But it's just awkward, man. That kickoff is awkward. Like, the Lions got that penalty because it wasn't in the drop zone. I'm still not understanding fully, like, what the whole kickoff, what that entails, the ins and outs of it. I'm still learning. So I'm just not too sure about that. Maybe we need to change the rules. I like the fact that they're closer, so it's less, far away, collisions and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. And another thing, my last take from that was Broderick Martin. He looked pretty good. Playing I think it's a shaded zero tech. Because he wasn't shaded. He was actually on the guard a few times, but he's shaded on the center, which is a nose. But the only thing that I asked Broderick Martin is develop something other than the bull rush. Maybe just to leverage your gap. You know what I'm saying? When you get that bull rush, you know what I'm saying? Peek your head to the side, get hip to hip. You know what I'm saying? Leverage that gap, man. Peek your big body out, man, and let them see you, and make them go the other way and go into, So that's all I ask. But I'm not sure, like, what technique they practice or they work on. Maybe it is just the bull rush, but I also would add that he just need to leverage that gap more, hold him up, move him to the side, get hip to hip. You know what I'm saying? Get to, I'm sorry, I'm a D-line coach. I'm talking D-line stuff right now. But yeah, man, Broderick Martin, you did better, man, than what you did last year. So,
He actually got to play.
Yeah, I actually got to play. But yeah, and Makai Wingo flashed a little bit too yesterday. That's one thing I did see. Makai Wingo, he flashed some, got some good little pressures. So I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the young group. So hopefully we can get them into some rotations later on in the seasons. Get them revved up, ready to go. Because of course you're not going to start the season probably not with DJ Reader. You're going to be relying heavily on some of the backup guys in rotation for the first couple of games. But looking at what the Rams roster right now, we ain't gonna need DJ Reader because half them dudes hurt. But anyway, man, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, man. All these things help us get this content to more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself. Hey, check out the community tab, man. We got some good stuff going on over there, man. Some good polls, some quizzes, some things, some interact. So go to our community tab, man, and hang out and check it out, man. We do some great things over there as well. All right, time for parting shots for today's show, man. I'm gonna let the grill master with his fly ass shirt on go ahead and go first, man. What you got, Coach John, for your parting shots for today?
This is just like a little pullover. You know what I'm saying? This is my Detroit Lions pullover. This is what I want to wear after every game take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel lioness, man. But I just want to say, man, have a happy Friday, man. We're about to go on vacation today, actually. Because the football season starts midnight practice that Sunday going into Monday. So I'm about to hit the ground running. So enjoy your family, man, and the time with the family, man. Enjoy the weekend, man, and let's go because football is upon us, man.
Yeah, man. What you got there, LL?
I want you to stop calling him Chief Grill Master around here, or at least not the only one. Maybe you can, but you gotta say one of the Chief Grill Masters. But happy Friday, man. Happy after the preseason game. We got another one next week. Hopefully things look a little bit better, but enjoy y'all's weekend. Don't let the stresses of work carry over.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in right here at the Boss Up Ball Out Podcast, your trusted source for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Make sure you follow the crew on your favorite social media platforms, man. And y'all I know yesterday, my man, he had a popping. He had his preseason special on Instagram for Thursdays, man. But go ahead and check us out and follow us on your favorite social media platforms, man. Hey, thank you guys for checking us out right here on the Boss Up Ball Out Podcast. Do your man Kurt Steele a favor. Whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my man, LL Cool Torrance and Coach Mike Jones, this is Kurt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.